Alright, hi everybody. This is the Clockwork Doctor, and we find ourselves here in not so sunny New Brunswick with the first of a few segments that I hope to put on video. But today we're going to discuss a bit of a bizarre topic. Can a kukri make it through a rifle scope? I don't know why this topic came up. No, wait, I do. I was watching cartoons, an amazingly fantastic cartoon that I'll put a link to in the info called Cat Shit 1. It's Japanese anime, has to do with these anthropomorphic animals fighting a war, but I urge you all to watch it because the animation of the weapons and of the drills that they use are almost 100% accurate and probably the best I've ever seen in animation. There's a battle in that animation where two soldiers find each other across a corner, and one wields a kukri knife down onto the other guy's rifle and cuts through the rifle scope. So we're going to see if we can do the same thing before the rain gets too severe. So first, what is a kukri? This is a kukri. Traditional knife from the Gurkhas province of Nepal, used by Gurkha soldiers in the British military and in the Nepali army. You can see that the blade bends the other way. This is the cutting edge. Most blades you see curve backwards. This curves forward. The reason for that is this is not a slicing weapon, this is a chopping weapon made for cutting through underbrush. This is a tool that's been adapted for use in combat. A blade that you see that has the sharper edge on the long surface is made for slashing, because as you slash, it exposes a longer blade edge to make a deeper cut. This is a chopping weapon. All of the weight is on the forward surface, it's heavy, and it's meant to throw more torque into the chop to give you more power. This is an old rifle scope that was donated to me by the old guy at work. It's missing a couple of components on both ends, but it's just an old scope. Standard aluminum body, and inside this section here, all of the prisms and lenses are still there. So this will be the hardest part, and this is where we're going to attempt to make our cut. I really don't have a complicated setup or any more preamble. I've just got a rifle scope, I've got a kukri, and we're going to see if we can make what I saw in a cartoon happen for real. This could get nasty.
You should wear eye protection.
I plan to hit with the heavy part. I should be wearing eye protection, but we'll be cool. I'm just going to give it one big chop and see what happens. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Put a pretty good dent in it. I've actually gone through the body of the slope.
Oh.
And I've hit some sort of prism. I'm going to try to bring my cut a little further there. There's also no damage to the blade of the kukri.
Because they're awesome.
Let's try to aim right there and see what happens. I've actually cut my chopping block in half. I've made a much deeper cut through the body, but I'm stopped yet again by the lens or the prism. This section of the tube is empty. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, see if I can make it all the way through that, and see if I can make another cut in my chopping block. Made it much deeper. I've actually ripped that part of the scope body off of the main housing here. I can actually tear through the threads and caused quite a bit of damage. Let's do one more cut further down towards the bell and see if anything happens. That was a nice clean slice. That fell off.
The front fell off.
The front fell off, but as you can see, not all the way through.
But if somebody was raising their rifle to you as you hit them, do you think that it would have gone all the way through?
There's no way raising the rifle he'd raise it fast enough.
Okay.
Plus the other thing is, you'd also have the resistance of his arms. The arms would give, which would absorb some of the shock, making it even harder. Now, I know I'm not the world's strongest person, but I was giving it my all, and my right arm is a little tender right now. So I don't foresee, realistically, any different outcome And this is a cheap scope. A more expensive scope would have a much beefier, heavier, thicker body, which would be even more resisting. All of you knife nerds can argue that, oh, I'm not using a real Kukri. I am. It is from Nepal. There's your proof right there. This is a real, authentic Kukri. Cold steel be damned. I'm sure their knives are good, but you won't get a different outcome than you do right here. So this is the Clockwork Doctor signing off. And we'll see what else we can destroy in later episodes.